All smiles, Kevin Durant trials. What's up, everybody? We're live for the first time in a long time. We last came to you in October of 2025, a mere 6 months ago, to talk about the NBA, and we return here on April 13th, one day before the NBA play-in starts. I've watched a lot of basketball, a lot of NBA basketball, and I'm joined by the one and only NBA expert. You know her as my sister, Allie. Welcome back
Yes,
to the channel.
sir.
How are you? Excited for this NBA playoffs to begin?
Excited, nervous, feeling all the feels. You know, really, try not to make too much of a
Whose jersey are you
homophobe.
ripping?
JB.
That's fire. I'm gonna bring my jerseys out later on for future
All right.
streams. So, you know, there are some people out there who may not have been intently watching the NBA, not me, of course, but what are the big storylines headed into this playoff from your perspective? What's like two or three things, one to three things maybe that you're looking out for this playoffs? What am I supposed to be paying attention to?
I think if Shea wins the MVP and then repeats again, that would be he's like low key enters top 15 of all time conversations. That's number one. Number two, I would say Tatum in general, just coming off of an Achilles like that, like not to glaze the homeboy, but like he's really like that. And then number three, I kind of think this whole playing thing, especially for this first round, I think it should be really interesting in the East. So we'll see.
Are you worried about the perception of the league and also the quality of the league? There's a lot of talk about tanking teams. We don't have to spend too much time on those types of teams, but there's a lot of chatter that the NBA is cooked in general. Your
I don't give
take
a
on this?
fuck. Can I
You
swear?
don't care. You always have, yes, you can swear.
Damn. No, I don't care, honestly. Like the Jazz, I respect the hustle. The Wizards, I respect the hustle. But I think on a deeper level, like how do you expect these teams if they're not like a market like Utah, how are they going to sign someone if they're not going to tank in the draft? And like I agree, just faking injuries is a little weak. But what else are you supposed to do to build a team?
Trade.
How though? You give up draft assets to trade for Jaron Jackson Jr., then you're just supposed to trade even more draft assets. Then how are we building? Like,
So your solution is to just do nothing. And what do you think that? Do you think the NBA regular season is a quality product right now?
I do, but I'm a basketball lover. Like someone like you, I kind of get why not, but I also don't understand your argument of how you're gonna watch college basketball regular season before March Madness, but then not NBA. Like it's the same thing.
Wrong.
All right.
There's upsets. There's intrigue. On a day that you never know what's going to happen in a college basketball game.
Same for NBA.
When the spreads are all minus 20 and a half in the last 3 weeks of the season.
You're just not watching like that. You're such a casual. It's a little crazy.
All right, listen, I'm not going to take these accusations. Let's see who really knows basketball as we get into the playoffs. So
All right.
I guess there's a scheduling conflict for Philadelphia. So usually is it the 7 and 8s that play the first day, or is it the 9 and 10s that play the first day? They switched it this year where there's 1 of 10. I don't know how they usually do it. This is what, the fourth or third year
I
of
have
playing.
no idea. I don't actually ever watch the plan. I just kind of like observe
Why not?
because like all right, maybe you just cook me there. Like I don't know. Cuz who the fuck cares about the 9 and 10 seeds? Like sorry.
Do you think they should get rid of the playing games?
No, I kind of like it.
You you don't watch it, but you like it.
All
Okay.
right, like listen. I think it's a good way to get the bottom 4 teams in. But I just have never been one to watch. I'm just never going to watch a game unless it's like the Celtics playing. Speaking of, so they're not in the plan, so why would I watch? I think that's kind of fair.
So you're just like a Celtic. You watch all 82 of the Celtics, but you don't really care what goes on in other
I
parts
probably
of the
watched
league.
like 70 out of 82 this year.
Well, yeah, so decently committed to this season, but you don't care about like other storylines really.
think someone just yelled in my apartment. I care about draft stuff. I care about like the Wemby resurgence, whatever this season was cool. I care about my boy Chet, my Snapchat friend Chet, obviously.
I thought he deleted you.
Nah, he just made like a public one that he gets paid on. I got the personal.
Oh, okay. We might need that for picks later on.
All right.
On team. All right. Well, we're here
Kelsey?
tonight. Tomorrow there's 2 games. We have the 10-9 game in the East and also the 7-8 game in the West. So we'll make our official predictions later on. But let's get started with the first game. We have 10-seeded Heat versus the 9-seeded Hornets. Obviously, the Heat made huge waves in the past couple of weeks with Bam Adebayo scoring 83 points.
Yeah, what were your thoughts on that? Let's hear that.
I thought it was interesting. If he's getting tripped, I saw an Instagram reel of a kid saying that Bam's 83 is more impressive than Kobe's 81.
All right, that's ridiculous. The Wizards were literally not playing him until the fourth quarter.
Yeah, then they started triple teaming him.
Okay, and he put up like 12 in the fourth quarter. Like that's a normal stat line for. Also, Bam Adebayo ain't shit.
He has the second most points in NBA history in a single game.
I don't care. Like, throw me in there and I'll get the first most. What? What did you just play?
I'm trying to post something on Instagram, and then the reels came up. Anyways, I like the Bam 83. I think it's an interesting storyline for a league that needs storylines at this point. I think the most important part to me about the NBA is the drama. So to just have that sort of intrigue playing out, I think is an interesting addition. And then, I don't know, I think a lot of people were watching basketball that night when there was, when was that? Like the end of March, or the end of February, there was important college basketball games. Obviously, you're always competing with NHL, but not really. So I think it was an interesting draw to the sport. I wanted to tune in, but I was cooking dinner at the time. Anyways, leads us to this game. The Heat in Charlotte, and we haven't even talked about Charlotte. Maybe the most intriguing up and coming team, at least from my point of view, that people are like bandwagoning and getting behind, and interesting to see how they do with Con Knipple, LaMelo Ball, that type of crew. So let's start with the spread. Hornets minus 5.5. Do the Heat stand a chance to win this game, or is this just going to be a Hornets kind of, we're going on to that 8-seed game on Friday?
So am I giving my pick now, or like what am I giving?
Just an analysis on the game. Like, how do you see this game going? You don't necessarily need to say who wins, but
I think it's going to be a lot of 3-point shooting by specifically the Hornets, and I think the Heat are going to go into a zone. I feel like because they're infamous for their zone, to try to limit the perimeter, like go into like a 3-2 vibe or something, like, or a 1-3-1. But so I'm not giving the pick. I think the Heat are going to control the boards, and I think that the zone has the potential to do something. I'm not sure what, but I think it should be a really good game, actually. I think it's going to be a better game than the Magic Sixers, but whatever.
Well, the spread would indicate otherwise. The Hornets are 5.5. I think the Sixers games, I could pick them.
Is it?
So you're saying it's such a good game. Will you be watching?
Is that tomorrow?
Yeah. 7 p.m.
Yeah, I'm going to be watching. It'll depend on, like, when I get home from school. I got stuff to do, like...
Yeah, so I get the quotations for making dinner. But
I'll be watching...
Got it.
Yeah, I'm the one in law school. You're the one out here working at the bank. Like...
Yeah, no government names. Come on.
I'll be watching on the Real app. No spons.
No spons?
Real didn't sponsor you.
Okay, whatever. All right, so... You think this will be a good game? Heat will make this close, and it'll be come down to I feel like the playing games go either one or two ways, where it's like a 30-point blowout and it's not close at all, or like it comes down to that. I feel like usually they tend to come down to like the last couple of possessions at least, but
yeah,
I'm hoping it's a good game. I think this will be an interesting one. Heat Hornets. We'll have our picks later on for the bracket.
All right.
West Coast, 10 p.m. start, so I can say for sure, I will not be watching this one. Too late of a start time, 10 p.m. I get it, but can we move this up a couple hours, please? Maybe start the other game at 6, start this like 8, maybe a duel at the same time. This first game goes to halftime, you're playing this one. But
some overlap. I feel like that wouldn't be the worst thing.
Talk to me about the Trailblazers and the Suns. Two teams I believe neither of us or Michael, who will be joining us at some point, were high on at any point. We kind of expect them to be kind of maybe around this area, but a little lower, like maybe right outside the play-in. What have the Suns done this season to get them back into the spot after trading Kevin Durant?
I mean, I kind of think Dylan Brooks has been a really good fit, better than we would have thought. And they have like those weird kind of Celtics role player vibes where it's like, I don't know, like you kind of just throw random guys in there and give them more of an opportunity. Like Colin Gillespie, I don't know, has been pretty good. Like Oso Ighodaro, I think is how you say it, has been pretty good.
Marquette.
I think what?
He's from Marquette, right?
Yeah. I think Devin Booker had a really underrated season, but I don't think he's going to make the game requirement for the thing, so he's not going to get it, which sucks. But I think they're pretty good. Not sure how I feel about this matchup against the Trailblazers, though, but...
So what about the Trailblazers makes you confident in that? I mean, the Suns, I'm looking at 4.5 points. Are we placing Blazers plus 4.5? Is this going to be another close one?
I love Donovan Clingan, UConn legend. And of course, I got love for, Drew Holiday, our Celtics legend, as well. But I don't know. I think this should be actually a pretty good game, too. I kind of think that the games tomorrow are going to be better than the ones on Wednesday. Just because I think these coaches, in my eyes, are both a little mid. Probably the Suns coach, I think it's Jordan Ott, is a little bit better than whoever the Chauncey Billups replacement was. But I don't know. We'll see.
Who's going to have a standout performance in this game? Who's going to have the most points?
Ooh. I'll take Denny just because I feel like the physicality will turn up since it's the playoffs and he's so good at getting to the line. I could see him shooting like 12 to like 18.
Okay. All right. Well, we go to Wednesday night. You said you don't have much interest in these games, but this game will determine the Celtics' first round opponent. So both these teams, last year I know we played the Magic, beat them, and I think that was 5 games or 6 games. And then we always beat the 76ers. So is there any cause for concern for a Celtics fan perspective? You got the jersey on. Are any of these teams going to push us in the playoffs to start off in the first round?
So if we're starting with the Magic, I cannot believe. Did you watch that game last night?
No.
Yeah. Do you know about it?
No.
Okay, so Celtics G League team, they sat every single person that is.
Yeah, I know that we
Celtics G League team beat them by like 5 or 6 low key, which was crazy. So I'm not too scared of them. I kind of think you can get in Pelo's head a bit, which helps, but I don't know. Sixers.
Baylor Shireman masterclass.
Yeah, that's the GOAT for real. That's who my next jersey is going to be. Sixers, I think, could be interesting depending on Embiid's health, which I think he's out for the game on Wednesday, which is also interesting. But I kind of think Maxi's such a killer, and I feel like he's always performed really well against the Celtics. But I think the Celtics swept the series this season, or maybe they lost once. But regardless, I feel like Maxi's going to be the engine of the offense, and I don't see him outscoring like the Jays or Derek White or whatever. So I'm not too worried about either, but I also like, knock on wood, I don't know.
All right. Well, I guess we can't really go into the picks of this game because the spread's pretty close. So is this going to be another close one, or do you see a blowout without spoiling your pick?
I think it'll be close, and with Embiid, it would be a blowout in the Sixers' favor, is my thought, because I don't see Wendell Carter coming close to guarding him or whoever they would put on him. But without him, it'll all honestly depend on the Magic's shooting and all that. So I don't know. They're so streaky. The coach they clearly hate the coach, which I think is part of it. Is like, is there an angle if they purposely lose because then they know they'll get the coach fired? I don't think so, but that would definitely be something interesting to consider.
I kind of need the Magic to win this because I had picked them to be in the finals.
What?
Remember that? I picked.
You actually? Wait, who did you pick?
Lakers over Magic. Actually, I might need the Magic to lose this to have a better chance to get there.
Let's move forward here.
Okay, well, I have to correct you. The season series was 2-2.
What?
76ers won in November and October, and we also won in October and then March 1st. We won by 1 point. Oh, wait, never mind. That's a lie. Okay, well, there's only one play-in game left to preview. The Golden State Warriors and the Clippers, two teams before the season you gave an F to. I also give the Warriors an F. You called both of these teams the quote-unquote retirement homes. And we saw the Clippers trade away Zubac and trade away James Harden. I thought this team was dead to rights, like just like loosely following what was going on. I didn't think that they still had a chance to be in the playoffs. I'm talking about the Clippers. And then I know the Warriors, Curry's been kind of in and out of the lineup. And there's been a whole lot of off-the-court stuff with Kuminga. Did he end up getting traded?
Yeah, he's on the Hawks now.
Okay. Well, what's your take on this game? Is there any chance for the Warriors to go into the land of trees where they, I don't know, whatever that new stadium's called?
Bro.
Because the big trees, you know?
Oh.
See, I got references.
All right, whatever. I will say, like, I've convinced myself that the Warriors are purposefully tanking. So, like, I don't know if I really have many thoughts on this matter. Without giving away my pick, like, I don't think I have many thoughts is what I'm trying to say. So I don't really know.
I'm going to look something up. I feel like the Warriors, don't they always win in the play-in? Didn't they win the play-in last year to be?
Yeah, I think that they did. I think they were the 7th seed, though.
Actually, I think one year they lost to the Grizzlies.
Is that like when Steph had his broken hand or whatever?
No. He played and choked. They might have still won that game, though. I'm trying to look this up. They're 0-3. Okay, this is a lie.
Wait, I feel like they were in, or maybe they were the 6th seed last year. I don't think that's right either.
They lost to the Lakers and then the Grizzlies in 2021, and they lost to the Kings. Okay, I don't know. Is that even true? Anyways, okay, well, this should be an interesting one, at least for like mid-2010s fans of the NBA. You got Kawhi Leonard versus Steph Curry. Maybe time to start wrapping it up between one of those two. How much longer do you think Curry has to play? A couple of more years?
I'd say 2 more. He's what, 36 or 37 maybe?
Breaking news. Ozzy Food drafted first overall.
Bro, AZ Fudd.
That's the one.
I'm watching on the side. Don't worry. That's my UConn girl, except she fumbled the tournament.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about that. All right. So I guess we can't really do this part. I was going to say the Friday games, but what would be, I guess, from like a interesting standpoint, what would be an interesting matchup between the West and the East that ends up on Fridays? Like, are we looking for like a Clippers? Like, is there any beef between the Clippers and Trailblazers or Suns, Warriors?
I think the Heat and Magic, maybe. I don't know if there's like a rivalry, but just thinking that they're both in Florida, like that's definitely
Florida matchup.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe like Suns Clippers, because they can play because they remember that like Western Conference Finals when the Suns went. That I feel like was a heated matchup.
The problem is everyone changes teams nowadays. So there's not really like. I don't know. I think if the Hornets win and whoever they play, that could be an interesting matchup. Where like, if they beat somebody, does the coach get fired? If either the Magic or the 76ers, at least in the Eastern Conference.
Mosley's out, regardless of how. If they get eliminated in the first round, I think he's done anyways. But outside of that, I would assume Ty Lue, Jordan Ott, Steve Kerr, who else is left? Nick Nurse would probably be safe, at least for another season. Right?
You'd think. I don't know.
Maybe Splitter is like, they don't necessarily fire him, but like they put him back as an assistant because he just kind of got called up when Chauncey got arrested. Which honestly, like, free Chauncey, I'm here to gamble too, so I don't really understand the point in that, but that's a side note.
No, you can't do that when you're actually in the league. All right. We're going to go into depth on each of the first round matchups, including an unknown matchup. We have the Pistons versus one of 4 teams because the 8 seed can be any of the 4 teams in the play-in. So tell me who you think is the best matchup. If you're a Pistons fan, who do you want to play, and who's maybe someone that can give them some trouble in the first round?
I got a good take on this, which you probably wouldn't know this since you're such a casual, but the good matchup that we as fans should want is Pistons Hornets because they got into that huge fight where like Isaiah Stewart came off the bench and everything. Do you know about that?
Was that the one that happened recently, or the one
No,
that
this
happened
was in
like?
like January, so
Okay.
I feel like we sent it in the group chat when it happened.
You guys just be yapping in there. I don't know what's going on half the time.
All right. So that I think would be the most interesting matchup as a fan, but who the Pistons probably want to play would be the Magic. I think just because the Pistons also don't have much shooting like the Magic, and I think that the Pistons have really good athletic, like big wing defenders to throw at Paolo and Franz, and I guess Desmond Bain too. So I think that would be a Pistons sweep if that were to happen, but we'll see.
Well, tell me a little bit about this Pistons team because last year they got their first play in our first playoff experience really against the Knicks, almost taken to 7 games. I mean, a couple of things go here and there. They're in a 7th game against the Knicks, and now they're just the 1 seed in the East. Like, is it Cade ascending? How's his health looking heading into this playoffs? Who else is stepping up for them, and what's been going on in Detroit?
So Cade is, I think, played 2 games since being back, and he's looked fine. The conditioning is probably not all there yet, but that's exactly what you would expect. And then Duran's pretty good. I think he's probably going to make All NBA, probably 3rd team this year, like maybe even get Most Improved. I think was an All-Star too this season. He's pretty good. He's pretty reliable. Who else they got? Tobias Harris. I don't care about Tobias Harris. I'm going to be honest. And then
Fantasy legend.
Asar Thompson is really good, but he just cannot shoot. Like those 2 twins can do it all but shoot. It's really actually upsetting. Like teams, whoever they play, are gonna give him like 4 feet off the 3-point line because they want him to shoot it. It's bad.
Percent wise?
I don't look it up. I look up which twin. Look up both twins because I bet you it's both like low 30s. Here, I'll look up Amen. You look up Asar.
This is great podcasting.
Bro, Amen is 21.6. That's atrocious.
I hate this.
All right, I'll just look it up. I don't even know what you're doing right now.
25%.
Bro, I'm like tripling their 3-point percentage anyways.
You're shooting 75%. Okay.
Nah, I'm shooting like 50. But that's my point, is that's pretty bad. And I think when you already have like streaky shooters, like Cade is probably their best shooter, and I don't think he's a great shooter either. But then you got Ron Holland, who I think comes off the bench, can't really shoot it either. Tobias Harris, I feel like could maybe a little bit, but
he's got a jumper.
They got Duncan Robinson, I think. I think they got him in the trade deadline. I think that's like their main shooter, and as Celtics fans know, bruh.
Welcome to the show, Michael.
Like,
Good morning.
We just we kind of previewed the playing games, and now we're talking through the first round matchups. Allie was talking about the Detroit Pistons and how the Thompson brothers can't shoot threes, and no one on the Pistons can really shoot threes. But we were talking about which one of these teams would be a hard matchup, which one of these teams would be the matchup you want to face. She's seeming to think the Orlando Magic would be the team you want to draw here, and the Hornets would be an interesting one because they have a bunch of drama. Not to throw you into the fire. And Allie, if you can finish your thoughts, if you had anything else.
What you were saying.
Nah, I'm good.
I think the Pistons would sweep or go 5 games against any of these teams. Like, I don't think you're getting the healthy Joel until maybe the game 6 or game 7 of that series. The Magic, what they did yesterday against the Celtics is just horrible.
We spoke on that briefly.
Yeah, that was just something else. The Hornets and Miami, I feel like, are the 2 that you would want to avoid if you were the Pistons. But I feel like either way, they're going 5 games. I feel like they could sweep Miami. I feel like the Hornets are the team that either of the top 2 seeds wouldn't want to face. I guess it's the only team that the Hornets can play is the Pistons because they're in the 9-10 game. But yeah, I feel like the Hornets, just because of all the stuff from the regular season with the Pistons and the fact that the Pistons rely so much on their defense. The only thing that the Hornets can really do is score the ball. They're not a very good defense, and they just put up a ton of threes. I'm sure they'll get a 3-point variance game in there, just like hit 19 threes, and the Pistons just can't really do anything about it. But yeah, I feel like the Pistons are on the right track to go 4 or 5 games in this first round, which I feel like is a lot of the East. But
Well, should we give our picks now, or should we do them all at the end? Because we'd have to go back to the play-in, or
I
should we
feel
just
like
say
we should just give them now and then, or let's
I
just
say
give
we
our
just-
common ones
yeah,
now
give
and then
them now.
discuss the first round matchup. No?
Okay. All right, we'll go back to the beginning. We'll just go in order. Okay,
I
so
got a short sentence for each pick.
now we're doing it this way. Doesn't matter. Starting back at the top, we're rewinding time. We're going back to Heat Hornets. We talked in this game. Allie kind of gave him. I kind of set her up to give like a review for both teams. She thinks it's going to be a close game, but we didn't get a pick. So we'll start with you, Allie. Your pick for Heat Hornets. Who wins this game and goes to the Friday playing game?
I picked the Heat because I just think the Hornets are young. They low-key had a lights are too bright moment in Boston the other night. Not going to lie, which kind of sucked to see. Mainly with you, Con Knipple. It's pretty bad. But I think
Don't hate on the
Spoelstra.
boy.
What?
Don't hate on the boy.
I just think Spoelstra will know how to coach around their youth and inexperience, and he will expose some of their weaknesses in a bad way. And I could see like a big Norman Powell game. I don't really know why. I just feel like I could see him going at LaMelo and Con like constantly. So I picked the Heat, even though I think that's going to be unpopular. I know the Hornets are low-key crazy favorites, that's a big number, I feel like.
They're the biggest favorites of all the playing
That's
games.
crazy.
In Charlotte, is Charlotte going to be? Should we text a friend of the pod, Cam? See
Yeah,
if
low-key.
Charlotte's been popping off.
I bet you they have. They were popping out that they had a game against the Pistons the other night in Charlotte, and it looked pretty crazy. I did watch some of that actually.
There you go. Michael, we go to you. Your pick, Heat Hornets. Just the winner.
I'm taking the Hornets here. I don't trust the Heat in playing games. I feel like they've been bad in playing games as of late. I mean, they got the 8 seed last year and then got wiped off the face of the earth by the Cavs. I feel like in a 1-game scenario, I'd want to take the offense of the Hornets.
Yeah, I'm going with the Hornets too. I just think the momentum's too hype. I don't know. I just don't see them flaming out like this. And if they do, they'll definitely be back next year. But what is that signal? You're going with lone person on
I
the East?
agree.
Oh, okay. Well,
Like, yeah.
I think Michael's got a point. I just don't know if the Heat have that much firepower anymore. Like, apparently the Bam 83 was fraudulent.
Nah, that was awesome.
I was telling Ali I saw a reel that someone said Bam's 83 was more impressive than Kobe's 81.
All right, stop with this Bam 83 combo. Can we end this now?
Tyler Herro, yeah. I got the Hornets though. I think the Hornets win this one at home too. I think the home court is going to be very advantageous for this one.
Wait. Before we go any further, can we go over who did the best in the over-unders when we did
Here we go. Yeah.
I don't think so.
Can we just go over our records real quick?
That is probably the biggest Fugazi segment I've ever done in this podcast because the NBA has
Fugazi?
turned into a joke of a league. First of all, none of us even went over 500, so I don't know what you're flexing being 1 game under 500. We don't do that on the Dubcast. We only
One of us still got above 500. Or wait,
you
one
did.
of us still won.
Yeah, you won by 2 over someone who doesn't watch any of that regular season. Congratulations.
We picked the Magic to be in the NBA Finals, yo.
It's possible.
All right.
We'll see if I revise my pick tonight.
Will they
All
fire
right.
their coach before the playing game?
Yeah.
We are. How do you want to do this? Do you want to go? Just keep going with the East,
Yeah,
or do you want
let's
to
go East and then
Okay,
go
we'll
West.
go. All right. So Wednesday night, the Magic and the 76ers do battle. 76ers started as -1, now they're -1.5. Embiid is seemingly out from what you guys are both saying, but this Magic team has been a complete disaster. So, Michael, we start with you this time. Magic at 76ers Wednesday night. Who gets the 7 seed to play the Celtics?
I think the Sixers do it. I trust Maxey after seeing him in 2 years ago playoffs against the Knicks. When he kind of broke out. Last year was a terrible year for the Sixers, and I think they get back to it this year. Love to see a Sixers Celtics first round series. So
Why? What
what?
intrigues you about us? You think the Sixers can provide issues? Well, we'll get into that later, I guess.
All
right.
No, but I think they've had good playoff series in the past.
That's true. I'm also going with the 76ers to win this game. It's kind of, I'm doing like a balancing act where if the Magic do well, then I can say, I picked them to go to the finals at the beginning of the season. But from everything I've been hearing and watching, it's not going well for this Magic team. So I think change is in order, and I won't say my next pick, but I'm not sure the Magic will even get into the playoffs. So I got the 76ers advancing and facing the Celtics. Allie, will you be the one to take the Magic again, lone man, or are you going with the group ride on the 76ers?
Nah, I feel like this is the wrong pick, but I am going to go Sixers just because that Magic game left the craziest. Like, I cannot believe that game still last night and how bad that was. And also, let me go on a little Palo rant. Like, I was so here for that draft class for a while because, my close personal friend Chet Holmgren was in there. I was really here for that draft class for a hot minute. But then, what has happened? Jabari Smith sucks. I couldn't even tell you who went 4 in that. I think Josh Giddey's in that draft. Sucks.
Josh Giddey is a legend. I just dropped 20 and 20 with him in 2K.
Josh Giddey?
Chill.
Giddey?
I'm sure this has probably been said a million times, but doesn't Josh Giddey kind of look like clavicular?
Okay. You just said, I'm sure this has been said a million times. Like, yo, who's going to tell him?
Has it or no?
No.
Okay. Anyways, so you're going with the 76ers.
Mikey, do you even know who clavicular is?
No idea.
That's pretty
I'm going Sixers.
All right, so then should we go to the Friday game or should we go back
Let's
to
go
the
West and then go to who we think gets the 8th seed.
Okay. So due to some scheduling issues on Tuesday night in Philadelphia, we're actually going to the 7-8 game first in the West. So it's the Trailblazers and the Suns. I'll start this one out. I'm going with the Phoenix Suns because I love Dillon Brooks and I'm a Dillon Brooks supporter. I do like the Trailblazers team, but from what you were saying about the Hornets, I believe that about the Trailblazers. I think this is lights too bright moment. I think the Suns have a more crafty vet team. I think they win this one and go to face the Spurs in the first round, creating a Spurs-Suns first round matchup. We got the Suns in this one at home. We go to you, Allie. What do you think?
Just before I get to my pick, do you have any thoughts on Dillon Brooks' DUI?
Yes, I do, actually. It's a DWI, and that was complete bullshit.
Did you watch the video?
Yeah, did you watch the video? Did you watch the full 13-minute video? Or did you watch the full 50-minute video?
Did you?
I watched the 15-minute video, and it was complete crap. See, you read a headline, oh, Dillon Brooks DUI, but then you actually watch the video, it's complete bullshit. Free Dillon Brooks.
So
comparing him versus Mark Few or one of those DUI videos, night and day.
Yo, Mikey, we have had Mark Few beef for like 10 years now.
I remember watching that video in your basement.
No way. That's crazy. All right, so I picked the Trailblazers though, because I'm just feeling like a bit of a Denny. Like I think I said it to Colin before you got on that the physicality of the playing game I think will step up a bit than what it was in the regular season. And Denny already gets the line like low key 10 to 15 times a game. So I feel like you add 3 or 4 more there. That's a close 20 points there. So I don't know. I kind of think like Malawach is he the starting Sun center yet? I know he's playing a lot lately, but I don't know who their starting center is.
Mark Williams was hurt for a while, so
yeah,
he came back, but he was kind of playing like a bomb, so I don't know if they switched it.
Well, I could see a big Klingon game is the point that I'm getting at. Klingon and Denny carry. I just have the Blazers.
Michael?
I have the Suns just for the second round series or the first round series that I'd want to see more. Suns Spurs.
So you're going for entertainment value so far. I like it. I am writing first. Let me say this first of all. I am writing down all of our picks, and for the bracket, we will have each round is worth 1 point. And then as the rounds go on, it's worth 1 more point. And if you predict the amount of games correctly, that's an additional point. So that's a bonus point for that. And then
It's
the playing
not 1,
games.
2, 4. Not 1, 2, 4.
Do you want to do 1, 2, 4 or 1, 2? It would have to be 1, 2, 4, 8 because you also have a champion.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do 1, 2, 4, 8. Double points as you go each round, and then playing games are still worth 1 point. Additional 1 point if you get the amount of games correct, regardless of who's playing. Okay, so we have the comment sections with us as always.
Hey, Jaime Jaquez's sister just got picked.
Congratulations to Miss Jaquez. We start with a comment from Aiden Ritter 6196. He says Josh Diddy.
This is my law school friend.
Okay, he says elite stat pattern. Put some respect in him. This dude, Josh Giddey in 2K, they're trying to guard him with like Nick Smith Jr., back him down in the post. I got like 25 and 20 with him every game. He's elite. NBA champion.
Points and 20 assists or rebounds?
20 points, 5 rebounds, 20 assists, Josh Giddey. And he doesn't even start.
Okay.
But no one else wants to put any respect on Josh Giddey.
Yo. No, I have no respect for him, honestly. I think that whole Bulls franchise is poverty.
Okay. W. Clav. See, there's people out there who understand my references.
Mm-hmm. You just got mogged.
Frame mogged. All right. We go back to the West. 10 seed, 9 seed. Stop getting distracted. The Golden State Warriors and the Clippers in LAC. Allie was trying to spoil her pick, but couldn't. So we'll go to you first. Who's your pick for this game?
Warriors, Clippers, just because, like I said, I think the Warriors are going to tank on purpose, and they want a draft pick.
You see the thing that, I don't know if it was fake, but there was the thing that Steve Kerr said that Kristaps and Steph are on a minutes restriction for this game.
Really?
Pretty
I did
sure
not see that.
That was maybe a fake thing that I saw, but it could be real also.
There's a lot of fake stuff out there, a lot of AI these days. You gotta watch yourself.
What
do you think? What do you think for this one?
I'll go Warriors to be different.
Okay.
Give them a chance to get into the playoffs.
0-3 in the play-in tournament all time, as I looked up that stat.
I mean, I don't trust them, but I trust the Clippers less.
I'm going with the Clippers. Kawhi's been playing like a beast. Put a team on your back for a game, kid. He's got this. Also, I guess the home field doesn't matter that much in LA, but I think the Clippers are a team that doesn't really care about tanking. And I have been seeing like the Warriors somehow majestically getting 1 seeds or the number 1 overall pick. So I guess they have like some sort of lottery thing going on. I'm out on that. I want the Clippers to win this game. I don't want to see the Warriors. I still hate the Warriors as long as Steph Curry is playing for them, even though I always have to preface by saying I respect his Olympics performance and what he did for America. Okay. Now we go to Friday. So this is where we go. Everyone has, I think, we might all have different games. On the East, I have Hornets.
Seed game. Just say who you have winning.
Okay, I have Hornets Magic. I'm going with the Hornets to upset the Magic, send the Magic home early, and Jamal Mosley is fired as the Hornets make their way into this first round and have some excitement behind them to go against the Pistons. Allie, you're East Coast Friday.
Who did I have? Wait.
You had the Heat?
I had the Heat and the Magic. So this is where the Jamal Mosley train dies. Spoelstra outcoaches him. They win by like 30, and Mosley's fired like 20 minutes later.
That's definitely a reasonable thing to happen. I have the same as you, Dub. Hornets over the Magic.
So we all have the Magic losing 2 times.
Yeah.
Imagine they just win tomorrow or on Wednesday.
And then it's like in the offseason, it's like Paolo and Franz for Giannis. And it's like Giannis and Disney.
Could happen.
I guess it's possible.
All right, let's move on.
In the West, I have the Clippers going to Portland, and I have the Clippers winning in Portland. I think the Trailblazers are too young of a team right now, and I trust the experience. I think Kawhi in a 2-game setting is easily the best player in both those games. Well, I guess Curry's going to be better, but he's the best player on the court. And I just think the Clippers have scrappiness. They have better coaching. At this point, I'm going with the Clippers to beat the Trailblazers on the West Friday play-in game. Allie?
I have the Clippers and the Suns, and I said, I've been seeing rumors recently. Actually, never mind. I just picked the Suns.
Okay.
What are these rumors?
Don't worry about it.
All right, I won't worry about it. I have the Suns beating the Warriors. Yeah, that's it, really. Want to see Dylan Brooks in the playoffs because he loves fighting
Oh.
Lou Dort.
Him versus Curry in your scenario, they have a little bit of a thing.
Don't him and Draymond too?
Yeah, Brooks has beef with the whole
thing
Warriors
with
team.
everyone.
I don't know if
also has
they.
the thing with the Thunder as well.
I don't know if the Warriors have a thing with Brooks, but Brooks has a thing. He makes it personal with Curry, and he actually locks up Curry. So Suns would definitely beat the Warriors. Just putting that out as a fact. Okay.
On the back of Dylan Brooks.
Exactly. East. So we kind of prefaced this a little bit already. Was there any additional thoughts we had on this one? So Michael and I have the Pistons versus the Hornets, and Allie has the Pistons versus the Heat. So it won't really matter besides the amount of games, but was there any, now that we have our specific opponents in mind, any more additional thoughts in this series?
No.
Are we picking or?
Well, now we know who we're saying is in this.
I mean, sorry, go ahead.
No, you got it.
I love the matchup of Pistons and Hornets. I think that's going to be the best East series.
The 1 versus 8, okay.
Yeah, I mean, like I was saying before, the Hornets have the 3-point ability to win any game against any team. So I can see them getting a few, but I won't spoil my pick.
Allie, how's the Heat's perspective looking against this Pistons team?
Wait, we're not supposed to do our pick?
Just a quick sentence.
Pistons are physical, Heat are not.
Okay. So does this
I think the Heat lost their last first round series by like a combined 140.
Oh my God, I remember you just brought back a memory. That series was awful.
Yeah.
So does this lead to a sweep, Allie, for you? Because you're the one who has the Heat and the Pistons.
Nope. I got Pistons at 5. Just, not Bam 83, but like maybe Bam gets like a 33.
Okay.
Wasn't that the first time he had 40?
I have no idea. I was not watching that. I was watching real basketball, Celtics Spurs that night.
Oh, you're watching
Yes.
UC Santa Barbara versus UC San Diego.
What?
I'm kidding. It was a college basketball joke. Michael, your thoughts, Pistons and Hornets. Can the Hornets steal a game or 2 or 3 or the series?
They're stealing 2. I have
2, okay.
6. And yeah, I think it'll be a good series. And I feel like home court's going to be big in this series. It would all be awesome if the Pistons beat them in Charlotte. So yeah.
Is there any sort of resentment for you as a fan of the Knicks moving forward against this Pistons team? I know you guys had a close series last year. Or is it more like a respect thing?
Like, do I hate them?
Yeah.
I mean, I respect them.
All right. I don't know. So you play playoff series sometimes.
I think we'd beat them again, but yeah, no, I don't hate the Pistons yet.
I have the Pistons as well moving on, but I only have the Hornets taking 1 game. I think they take game 3, Pistons masterclass, and Pistons move on to the second round. I was actually pretty impressed with what they've done this season, getting to the 1 seed. All right, we move on to hometown cooking. Celtics. We all have the 76ers winning on Wednesday, so this sets up a Celtics 76ers series as Allie holds the jersey up Jaylen Brown. So anything to talk on this series before we give our picks? Seems like we get this playoff series at least once every 2 years, and there's a certain team that always wins it. But any chance for the Sixers to pull off an upset, Michael? I know you might be preying on the Celtics' downfall of this playoffs.
I don't think there's a chance that they lose the series. Yeah, I think the Sixers can get 1. I would respect Maxey going for like 50 points and winning a game or 2. I think the Celtics are just too much of a well-oiled machine, too deep for the Sixers, who start like random people you've never heard of if you have turned on like 3 basketball games this year. So, So yeah, this will be a good learning experience for you to learn some basketball players.
Listen, I know college basketball players, so I know who these people are. I just need to get the jerseys right. All right, Ali, any additional thoughts on this one? We were kind of talking on this, I think, when Mikey joined the stream initially.
Not really many thoughts. I could see Embiid coming back for like game 4 in Philly, and the Celtics are up 3-0, and they get like a completely emotional win, and then get gentlemen swept in 5. But I just kind of like what Mikey said. Like I could see Maxey going crazy, but no one else doing anything.
Yeah.
Playoff. We haven't talked about Paul George.
Playoff D.
Let's save him from that. Let's save the rep. Like
VJ
He's been
Edgecombe.
like
He kinda
he's been
fell
a
off.
fine. He's been like a fine third option on their team.
yeah, back when he was knocking down Perkies like left and right, that was
Yeah.
crazy. Can we talk about his suspension?
Yeah,
Well, he didn't do
What
it.
do we think he
remember?
did,
Come on, he didn't do it.
I thought wasn't it ketamine?
bro?
It was something like that.
What is he doing? Like that? What are you doing taking a fucking horse tranquilizer? That's insane. All right, like
All right, let's get to
He
the
broke
picks.
his leg.
I'm gonna watch like a playoff P montage like later of best playoff moments, specifically from the bubble.
I got the Celtics in 5 games. I think gentlemen sweeps possible. I also the Celtics. We have to remember this. They always do very bad in games 1 and 2. So could see like game 2, Maxey just comes out, drops like 45.
Mostly the fourth quarters of game 1 and 2, but
Just the fourth quarter of every playoff game. But yeah, I got the Celtics in 5 games. I think I respect the Sixers enough to give them 1 game here, and that's what I'm going to go with. Ali, we go to you.
Oh, I said Celtics in 5.
Michael?
same for me.
All right, we all got the Celtics advancing in 5 games. I always misrepresent how many sweeps there are going to be, so we'll have to see if anyone has any sweeps. But we'll move on to another hometown cooking as a dog enters the screen. Maybe new Knicks mascot for this playoff season.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, start us off. What was your reaction to your hometown Knicks getting the 6-seeded Hawks as a first-round draw? Was this what you
Well,
were
I was
hoping for?
invested in the friggin' Baylor Shireman game, but no, I mean it was either them or the Raptors, so obviously I'd rather have the Raptors. But no, I mean the Knicks played the Hawks last week or week and a half ago. Awesome game, playoff-like atmosphere, and I think this is going to be a major Cat series. The Hawks have nobody that can do anything against him on the defensive side. So yeah, Cat assists over all day.
That's your play.
Yeah, they run it through him every time because he's gonna have I don't even know his first name is Okongwu on him, who's like 6'8" and a bad
6'10".
All right.
Ace and Newell, isn't he good?
Doesn't play.
I have a question to ask.
Okay.
What do we think like Mikal Bridges' career trajectory would look like if he put as much effort into scoring the ball as he does to playing all 82 games? Like, bro, no one cares, yet you're averaging like 8 points over the last month. Let's talk about it.
I think he's perfectly fine.
Got him. What?
He's fine in the West.
I think he's fine.
He's fine in the
He's
West.
the fourth. He's the fourth option on this team. He's the fourth best player. And if your fourth best player is going to average 12 points or whatever he's averaging, like that's fine. He plays awesome defense. He runs around.
Do you give up 4 first-round picks for your fourth best player?
Sometimes you do.
Do you pay him like low-key a crazy contract? I don't know about this. Let's just admit it.
I think
I
that
can be what?
since
Didn't he make like a bunch of clutch shots against the Celtics last season?
yeah, he tore your hearts out in game 1, and then also
that was over a
two.
year ago. Like I'm talking about recently because I saw that fuck-ass annual tweet that he's played in his 82 out of 82 games.
Actually, it was 83,
I'm
but
seeing Knicks fans hate it. Oh, 83 out of 83.
'Cause they
He has
don't-
the most. Is that the
It
most
was
games
different
ever played in a
too.
regular season?
nah. Well, people have played 83 before. But
But then I'm also seeing tweets from Knicks fans like 2 weeks ago talking about how they're trying not to panic about him.
People hate him
Maybe it
because
makes
they
sense,
would
though.
rather
New York
have
fans are like
the
tweakers.
picks who are going to be like the 28th and 26th and 27th pick in the draft. Like, I'd rather have a player right now than a 12-year-old. But that's just me.
That could be Deuce Tatum.
Not yet.
That would be wonderful.
I'm buying Deuce stock now. I don't care. Like,
Okay, we're getting a little off topic.
Can we talk about how Bronny's going to be like the 8th man on the...
Let's talk about that when we get to them.
Right
We'll get to
now?
Lakers Rockets. So I've heard this Hawks team has kind of turned it around. I was gonna ask about the resentment thing with the Trae Young, but I don't want to get too deep into that. Apparently, that was a bad question with the Pistons the first time. But
Do you know how many players on these two teams were on their teams when they played in 2021?
I'd reach out there and say 3.
One player played.
Mitchell.
Mitchell Robinson was hurt. He didn't
I know.
play at all.
Oh,
Okongwu was a rookie and he scored 5 points in the series. So
okay. So you're
There's no
throwing that out the
resentment.
window. There's nothing.
Yeah,
Okay.
nothing.
Got it. Well, I've heard this Hawks team plays young and fast, and I mean they got some versatile forwards. By the way, speaking of 2K, Ricochet just dropped 45 on my head.
Well, he is.
Did you just call him, yo?
Ricochet.
Yeah, that's a number 1 overall pick.
I know. Of a terrible draft class.
Nah, that's
Ricochet?
kind of decent.
He's averaging 6 points in
Yeah,
his last
what?
10
He
games.
got DMPs the other night.
Yeah.
Luckily
Okay,
for
so
you,
anyways.
he averages 6 points against New York. Anyways,
Yep.
any more
He's gotta be
analysis?
60. He's gonna put up 86 and break that BS record.
So, Michael, last thing before we give our picks, confidence record, or now I'm getting a record in my head, confidence meter on this Hawk series from 1 to 10.
What was your confidence level in?
Yeah, we should have asked that. Over the Sixers, I have like a 9.5 out of 10 because we own them. And I don't want to be like, I have to leave some, I'll knock on wood, I have to leave some doubt in there, but 9.5. This could be really bad that I said that, but what's your confidence meter on the Celtics against the Sixers, Allie?
Like 8, just because, there could be
Anything
injuries
can
or something.
happen.
I don't know. Like, they've been marking Jalen as questionable with left Achilles tendonitis. I'm like, yo, what? But overall, good.
Now, Michael,
Yeah.
your turn for the meter.
I'd say 8.5, 9. I'm very confident against this team.
Okay.
The Knicks have the best net rating ever in fourth quarters.
What about the
So-
other 3 quarters?
They're middle of the road, so they dominate when it matters most, which is going
They
to be
come
the
back when
entire
they need to.
playoffs. So,
All right.
The Hawks don't have a closer on their team. They have Nickeil Alexander-Walker,
CJ
And-
McCollum.
CJ McCollum, who are
Just wait
good
till
players.
Ricochet gets in the game and starts cooking.
I'm nervous for Jonathan Kuminga. That's the real guy. Come on.
All right, well, we'll start with you then. Your prediction for the series.
Knicks in 5.
So you're giving the Hawks a game. Okay, respect. Allie?
Knicks in 6.
I have the same as that. I think this series reminds me a lot of the Pistons series last year. I don't know if Michael gets like upset for saying 6. I don't know.
I didn't even say anything.
I think this.
I gave
the
you
Hawks-
5 and you're 7 too, so back up.
Yeah, the 7 seeds barely win unless you're the Pacers and you get to go against a fraud ass team. I'm going with the Knicks in 6 games. I think the Knicks experience will shine through, and I think the Knicks are a tough team for whoever they play next. But I don't trust them to be like they aren't a wire to wire team, which I think factors into your fourth quarter analysis. Where like I would be surprised to see the Knicks blow out the Hawks in like 3 games.
No, they won't blow. They won't.
It'll be
blow
close,
them out.
which leads the door open, and somebody from the Hawks just has to step up. So I got the Knicks in 6 games. Okay, next one. Probably, well, Michael said the Pistons versus the Hornets would be the most interesting, but this to me is this will be the NBA TV series, but this has the potential to be the series that goes the longest. So just from my perspective, we were actually very high in the Cavs. They had one of the higher over-unders on the season, and we also took the over. We thought this would be a cleanup time for the Cavaliers to just wreak havoc in the East. And they add James Harden, but here they are. They fall down to the 4 seed against a surging Raptors team. So is this Raptors team any different than the Hawks team we just talked about? I know they have Scotty Barnes. Is that kind of a difference maker? And what are you expecting to see from this series? Ali, we can start with you this time.
I've never got it with Scotty, but clearly I think I'm just wrong to some extent. But something to note is that apparently whatever his name, Quickly, I forget his first name, had an MRI today. So I don't know on what, but I'm pretty sure that's their starting point guards. That's interesting for sure. I don't really get it with the Raptors. Like, I think
RJ Barrett, Michael.
Yeah. Nick.
Once a Nick, always a Nick.
I don't know. Like, I just hope that Drake shows up to a game. I don't really care about much to do with the Raptors then right now.
Is Drake still like around? Like, I feel like he kind of hides out now.
I don't know.
And you're a Drake fan, and you're not even being like, "Oh, you're wrong." So I hit on something there. Anyways,
Like what?
What are we? Is there intrigue in this series? Are you going to watch the series, or is this going to be the one that's like, eh?
I think no.
I think I'll watch it. I kind of agree with Colin that it'll go to like 6 or 7.
Don't.
I mean, I think the Raptors are they can't score the ball. Like their only offense is Brandon Ingram at the elbow trying to get a.
I forget that BI.
And their defense is disgusting. They should be able to do something. Like if they can stymie James Harden and then maybe take Jared Allen lobs out of the game plan, then they could have a chance. But I feel like the Cavaliers can roll on this. The Cavs were like 20-20 at one point this season and have been very good since then. The Raptors started off, I think, like 15-5 or 14-5 or something like that, and have been pretty average team since then. So yeah, I think the Cavs kind of roll in the series, even though they're notorious playoff jokers.
Shout out to Jamal Shed, played all 82 games.
Oh my god!
One less than Mikal.
All right, well then let's get into the picks then. We'll start with you this time, Ali. What do you got? Cavs, Raptors.
I said Cavs in 6, but I would not be surprised if it went to 7, just because I kind of think that Raptors defense is so good that I feel like they'll be able to low-key shut down Donovan Mitchell with, maybe RJ, I don't know, or like Shed or something. And then it kind of leaves James Harden, which I don't know if I totally trust him. So I could see the Raptors, if they like split 1 and 2, split 3 and 4, and then Cavs go get 5 and 6 or something. But I could see them definitely being competitive in this, probably being one of the better first-round series.
Playoff James Harden.
Yeah, pick your fighter. Playoff Paul George or him.
Paul George.
Yeah, probably.
I have the Cavaliers also advancing, but I have them doing it in 7 games. I think this will be a very interesting series. And
Game 7, James Harden? Come on.
Yeah.
What?
He's got Donnie on his side, though. He had Durant and Kyrie Irving in Game 7. You know, he was hurt against the Bucks, and then let me make excuses for him. He had Kawhi on his team, not reliable, and now he's here. I think we see a new James Harden who's accepted his role, and he just feeds Donnie the ball, and they have other weapons who can score if he's having a bad day in Game 7. Actually, I did watch the starting 5 series, and they were just like, he might just not have it in the playoffs. But I'm going with the Cavs in 7 games. I think this is an easy enough matchup for them to escape out of here, but I think the Raptors will provide a fight. And Toronto is a strong fan base when they're on, so them getting a 5 seed, I think their fan base will be invested. Michael, we go to you. Would be taking the Cavaliers, and if so, in how many games? Or are we going against the crowd and take the Raptors?
I'm taking the Cavs in changing it to 5 games. I had it at 6 games, but I'm changing it to 5.
You remember anything change your mind or just vibes?
I just don't trust the Raptors on the offensive side of the ball, which is tough when you're going against one of the most high-powered offenses in the league in the Cavs. think James Harden is gonna be good for the first couple games, and then if it gets to game 6, game 7, watch out. But yeah, I have Cavs in this one.
Okay, so we have all 4 same East teams advancing. Super
Yeah,
interesting
all the
stuff.
higher seeds.
Okay, well, we cut
The
over to
East had such a good opportunity to give good series, and the Magic just did mean things.
What was your ideal East playoffs for entertainment?
Cavs, Hawks, and Knicks, Raptors.
You just wanted the Raptors because they're easier.
No, we got bloodlines. We got bloodlines, and we
All
beat
right,
them
let's move
14
on.
times in a row. So
Okay, move on to the West. So this might be where things get a little bit interesting. So for the West, I have the Clippers. You guys both have the Suns. So tell me a little bit about Thunder Suns.
Yeah, I don't think that there's much going on here. I could see like Dylan Brooks getting real choppy in like game 3 when they're down. Like they got the doors blown off them in game 1 and 2, and they're low key like down 20, but they still have the starters in game 3, and they're at home, and he just loses it. But yeah, Thunder in 4.
Sweet.
Sweet.
Okay. Michael?
I also have a sweep, but I disagree with the game 3 thing. I think that could be a chance for the Suns to do something. I don't think they will, but if we remember, the Memphis Grizzlies had like a 20-point lead in game 3 before Ja died, and lost that game and series. But
that did happen. I remember. I think that was during like around the same time as the draft, right? I remember that happening.
The NBA or the NFL draft, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have a sweep in this series anyway.
Initially, I had the Thunder in 6 games over the Clippers, but I'm going to change that down to 5. I just don't know if Kawhi is going to be good for 2 games, so I'm going to give him 1. Thunder in 5 games because I don't trust them to be fully locked in, especially coming back to back. Everyone wants them. I think the Clippers will take a game off them, so I'm going Thunder in 5 games over the Clippers. 1 Kawhi game for the road. There was a comment I forgot to address, so we'll get to that. This was in regards to the Mikal Bridges conversation happening, kind of just repeating the sentiments of Allie's thoughts on stage. Michael, you kind of already rebutted that, but if there's any additional things.
I don't judge a player based on what they were traded for. I judge them based on their play.
So, okay.
You can't fault the guy for getting traded for that. Like, he didn't ask to be traded for 5 first-round picks.
Let's also keep in mind the 4th best player on a team was in the Kevin Durant trade too. Like that's insane.
That was a different stage of his. He was 2nd in Defensive Player of the Year.
And now he like shoots it like,
before that.
Now he's like,
hey, all right. Simmer down. We might take the things in round 2.
This is gonna get bad, Allie, if we go down the same path as last year. Let's chill. All right, Spurs. Back with Wemby, and they'll be either playing the Phoenix Suns or the Portland Trailblazers. So you guys both have the Suns losing, so that must mean you both have them going against the Trailblazers. I have them against the Suns. I think this could get tricky for the Spurs, where I look at them as in like a Rockets type of situation last year, maybe like a year too early for being this high of a seed with not a ton of playoff experience. So I think whoever gets in there, like Dylan Brooks is a hardened veteran. The Suns got some guys. Trailblazers, I wouldn't trust to really make this a series, so you guys might have a sweep here as well. But I'm going with the Spurs to win this series over the Phoenix Suns because I'm the one who has the Suns in 6 games. I think the Suns take 2 in Phoenix or 1 and they steal 1 early in San Antonio. Everyone's freaking out. There is always one of those series that no one imagines being close and is a little close. I'm going with the Spurs to win this in 6 games over the Suns. We'll go to one of you guys. Michael, we can start with you this time. Spurs and Trailblazers.
Yeah, I have a sweep here.
Figured.
I don't love it. The Blazers have just been on and off, injured, playing bad, playing good. Like, they've just been so up and down that you never know. You might get a hacky game where Denny shoots 20 free throws or Scoot has a little burst or something like that. So they might get one, but I think the Spurs are too dominant. There's going to be so many Wemby clips from this playoffs of just people doing the U-turn when they get into the lane. So, yeah.
Wemby versus Klingon.
I mean, there's Trailblazers are a terrible shooting team, so they do a lot of their work inside the paint. So it's definitely going to be an interesting matchup for Wemby and them.
Allie, is there any difference for you? You have also have the Spurs sweeping.
I took Spurs in 5 just because I feel like you said, kind of the youth catches up to them, but I think that they're so good that even in games where they like don't perform well, they'll still win by like 5 or 6. So, yeah.
Yeah. I think that'll come into the case like in the second round series for them. I don't see any of these play-in teams being even good enough to like catch them on like a down game or
Okay, well, it's 2 sweeps for Michael. We'll continue on with the Nuggets and the Timberwolves. The Nuggets,
this is the best first round series by far, in my opinion.
Well, isn't there a question of Anthony Edwards' health? Is that a thing?
He'll play.
Play game 1 or like he'll come back eventually?
Didn't he play, 2 days ago?
Yeah, he's looking pretty bad though. He'll play.
I mean, I don't really care. Honestly, I think they just will get up for this game. They play each other 2 years.
Yeah.
This will be the third straight year with series between these teams. And yeah, I think both the teams will get up for it.
I'm with you. Actually, the old basketball fan in me likes the next series more, but I think from a pure basketball standpoint, this is new age. This series is more new age. But yeah, so talk to me about this. The Nuggets champions, what is it, 3 years ago at this point? Do you trust them to be that? I mean, we saw them get pretty close against the Thunder last year. Timberwolves have provided some resistance. I think last year they kind of got derailed by injuries at the last second. But what is your main thing to watch in this series? Allie.
I don't know. I kind of think Aaron Gordon's such a playoff riser. I feel like Jamal Murray is low-key kind of a playoff riser-ish, or was at least one point. So and Ant's a playoff riser, obviously. I kind of think seeing how if it's Gobert is on Jokic immediately or what that looks like, I think will be kind of interesting. Am I giving my pick now?
You can if you want.
All right. I said Nuggets in 6 because I just kind of think the Nuggets have way better of a bench than the Wolves do, and I just don't trust Julius Randle either when he needs to be the second best player to do that consistently.
How's Julius Randle played? I was listening back to our preseason podcast and remember that he got sober for the season.
Julius Randle did?
He might have started smoking recently because he's been ass recently.
Yo! Michael, your thing to watch in this series or?
Julius. I think if he plays well and shoots the ball well, then the Timberwolves have a chance and it'll make the Nuggets change how they guard him. Because I think they'll probably have Aaron Gordon on, I don't know, roaming somewhere, not really guarding anyone because the wings on their team don't really shoot so well. If Julius starts shooting, it'll change the look of Nuggets defense. I don't know. I have this as a 7-game series. I didn't pick it yet, and I think I'm leaning Timberwolves.
Upset alert.
I feel like it's not that much of an upset.
No, it's not.
I feel like these teams are just, they've been so close the last 3 years. Timberwolves have notoriously been a regular season not given a fuck kind of team on half of the
maybe you
games
should, and then don't get these quote unquote bad draws.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they view this as a bad draw. I think they love it. I think they rise to this occasion, get it done. I do think this Nuggets team is one of the better Nuggets teams we've seen in the past couple of years. With the rise of Peyton Watson and Christian Brown's been pretty good. Ben Watson is coming back off an injury. I think he's played for like 2 weeks now or something like that. So if he gets back to his mid-season form where he was putting up like 30 every other night, then that could change things. But yeah, I'm going Timberwolves in 7.
I have the same pick as Ali. I'm going Nuggets in 6. I think the experience, and I just think they have the best player on the court. And I liked what they did a lot in the offseason. I think it pays off in this series and potentially the next series they play. And I'll leave
I
it at
think
that.
we did this last year because I had the
You
Timberwolves
picked the
going
Timberwolves, yeah.
into the Western Conference Finals, and you guys had them losing in the first round.
Yeah, because they're playing the Lakers, and who knows who would ever pick the
That's
Lakers.
what it was.
Who would ever pick the Lakers to go to the finals last year and then keep picking them this year? Who knows? I don't know.
Who would do that?
All right, so the table's been set. This is my most anticipated
Bro.
playoffs series.
Why?
Kevin Durant and LeBron, bro. Also,
For the
LeBron potentially being like, I know Luka's come back, but he's gonna have to solo mission this. Luka's, on a divorce tear or whatever he's got going on. I think this is a lot of drama and intrigue. I like this series a lot.
Wait, Luka?
Wasn't he like?
It's a child custody thing. But
Yeah.
Wait, Luka's injured, Colin.
I thought he was coming back for this series potentially.
No.
like late in the series, maybe.
Well, we need
He
the
had a
full
grade
facts.
2 hamstring like 2 weeks ago, and that's usually a 4 or 5 week injury.
All right, so is Reeves playing? Is Luka
No.
playing? Okay,
No.
I have to change. my
It's just
pick on this.
LeBron.
It's
I
literally LeBron soloing it.
For until probably I'd say like game 4, low key.
All right, I'm trying to process this. So tell me what LeBron versus Kevin Durant one last time, maybe in a playoff series. Well, I have to now teeter in my head on what I want to pick here.
The
But
Lakers are starting Jake LaRavia and Luke Kennard.
Kennard's a sniper. Jake LaRavia is kind of a bum.
Bronny is gonna be playing like real PT.
So
Yeah.
is this just over then?
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
it is. But hey, these Rockets are not good. So
They're so bad.
They're
They're
the fifth best.
actually-
In fact, let me give my pick. I took
Okay.
Rockets in 6 because this should be 4 or 5, but
Yeah.
Ime is so bad. The Rockets are so bad. I cannot even imagine that happening. And I just feel like Luka, one of, if not both, Luka or Reeves will come back in game 4 at home shoot, they're the lower seed. This spoils my whole thought.
This is a tough series. I thought this was my initial pick. I'll say was Lakers in 7, but I'd assumed that they had.
I mean,
Luka and
if Luka comes back in game 6,
I could see him. Well, I feel like he'll come back in game 5 when they're at home. I was going to say game 4, though, but
let me do
Yeah,
some independent research.
I got Rockets in 6 because I think
he
LeBron
went
has
to Spain to get
he went to
injection.
Europe.
I think LeBron could have like a crazy game 3, have like a triple-double or something, just amazing gameplay, and then the Rockets are so bad in game 4 or 5. And then, yeah.
All right, I don't think I'm gonna have to change my pick. What's your official pick?
So is this still your favorite story or favorite?
I think this is still cool though.
Series.
LeBron like one last time going head to head against like a winnable series. Like if he got any of the top 3 teams,
Winnable series?
it's the best possible option. If he got the Spurs, the Thunder, or the Nuggets, he'd be screwed.
Or the Timberwolves,
even.
yeah.
He'd be cooked.
I took Rockets in 6 was my pick.
I think that's where I'm going as well. I want this to be am I the one who picked a game 7
In general,
in the first round at least?
I
Yeah.
have T-Wolves in 7.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I didn't pick a single one.
I mean, the first round is kind of boring at times, so. All right, well, I'm going with Rockets in 6. Allie's going with Rockets in 6. Michael, your pick?
Rockets in 6. Sorry,
Okay.
I thought I said that.
Good, Brad? You might have. I was just trying to do some research and figure out what the hell's going on.
Did you
Okay.
figure it
well,
out? Did you lock in?
I'm just gonna assume that Luka's pulling a Kawhi and like he might come back, but he's not gonna come back, and then LeBron like solo missions 2 games, basically, is what my analysis is on this.
I think it's more likely that Reeves comes back than Luka by far.
Well, didn't Reeves have like a fake X-ray or something, and like the team doctors?
I think they got a second opinion, but it's an oblique, which is like
Okay.
not
Oblique's
good.
bad.
Yeah.
That's what Paolo and Franz had last year, and they missed like half the year.
All right. Well, it's time to fill out the rest of our brackets.
Do we want to just go quick through this since we all have probably
we're
different?
doing the rest of our bracket. Yeah.
Then what else is there to do? Is there anything else?
We
you
literally
want
talked about this in the group.
You said
chat.
we were doing a stream every week or before every.
Yeah, but you
series, and we were gonna
can't redo your bracket once.
All right, let me go last then.
Okay, we'll go one by one. Allie, start us off with your bracket and talk slow so I can write these down and not have to listen back every time.
Okay, so
start with the East.
I got Pistons, Cavs. I got Pistons in 5 there. I think the Cavs play down to physicality, and the Pistons will just be too good for them. Then Celtics, Knicks. I'm not gonna lie, like I hate to say this, but I could so see it happening again. Like I literally have no idea how to pick this because I don't think it goes 7. I think it goes 6 again, and so like I don't know. But actually, let me go Celtics in 5. Just write it down.
All right.
Just write it down.
Okay. That's really bad energy. Me saying a 9.5.
We're gonna fucking win in 4, but I'm gonna give the Knicks 1 game to be nice. So Celtics in 5.
Very kind of you.
How courteous. All right. Well, go to the West Conference now.
All right. So I would have Thunder Rockets in the 1-5, and I took Thunder in 5. I could see KD low-key having like a crazy game in OKC in game 1 or 2 just because, you know, that's like where he was drafted to, and I feel like he low-key has beef with them for no reason these days. But
they hate him too.
Yeah, whatever KD does or doesn't do, like it's not going to be enough to outscore OKC. So OKC in 5. And then Nuggets Spurs, I think this could be really good given that game 2 weeks ago. I took Nuggets in 7 just because, again, I think the Nuggets are filled with playoff risers and the Spurs have just not really been there yet. But the Spurs are so good, like it'll be good for them to go up 7 against a really good Nuggets team. But I just think Nuggets will get it.
Okay. So your Eastern Conference Finals is the Celtics. Do you want to do round 2 before we go to Eastern Conference?
Yeah, let's have you guys go.
Right. I have pretty similar picks to you. I have the Pistons and the Cavaliers also in the round 2, but I think this goes 7 games. I think Donovan Mitchell gives something to the Pistons, and they compete more with their playoff experience against kind of a younger, fresher team in the Pistons, who doesn't have that level of experience yet. I think the Cavs been there, done that. You could see like the Pistons going up 2-0, then the Cavs winning the next 2. Like it plays out exactly how you'd think it would. And then as for the Celtics and the Knicks, I do think it goes 6 games. So I think the Celtics
win. Who's winning that series?
I got the Pistons in 7 over the Cavs. Crazy game 7. Donovan's hitting shots, but the Pistons ultimately pull it out. Celtics versus Knicks. I have the Celtics winning in 6 games. How we get to this conclusion, I don't know. Like the Knicks might win the first 2 games and the Celtics win the next 4. Celtics almost undoubtedly drop one of the first 2 and then win one in New York and then maybe just pull it out. I don't know, but I'm going to go Celtics in 6. I don't think it goes 7. I think the Knicks – I haven't liked what I've been hearing out of the Knicks camp this year. I don't know. Michael, you seem like to be a positive fan, but I don't know if the sentiment's there across your fan base. West.
Definitely not across the fan base, but we're living life. We're doing good.
I also have the Thunder versus the Rockets now. I did initially have the Lakers, but the amount of games doesn't change. I think the Thunder win this in 5 games. Rockets probably like KD masterclass in like maybe game 2 or something, and then the Thunder just.
Wait, what did you take for the Pistons Cavs series? Sorry.
Pistons in 7 over the Cavs.
Oh.
I don't know. I think that could be a good series. I'm not sleeping on the Cavs quite yet, and I know Harden. Maybe
I've been asleep. I've been sleeping for years.
Maybe I'm overrating playoff Harden.
And I just had the best. I took a nap. Like I've been sleeping so much on them.
And I also have Spurs Nuggets, and I also have the Nuggets winning, but I don't have it going 7.
I heard that.
I have it going 6. I just said that for the first time.
Oh.
So I have Nuggets in 6 games over the Spurs. Just think experience goes in, and Jokic outdoes Wemby. And, you know, I hate to say it, but I think there could be injury concerns with Wemby in the playoffs.
Yeah, I agree. Colin, I don't know if you've seen the discourse, but he has not played more than like 30 minutes a single game this season, or maybe
I
he's
haven't
played
seen
in
that.
2. So that's knowing that they're gonna need him, especially as like if it were to be a long series against the Nuggets or honestly the Timberwolves, he's gonna have to play at least 36, I'd say, and he just hasn't done that yet. So it's interesting.
All right. Michael, we go to you with the Pistons and Cavaliers as well, right?
Yep. Pistons in 7 as well. That's
What?
good,
Have you guys
Cav.
watched this Cavs team? What is going on?
Yes, they have Donovan Mitchell. That's what's going on. And playoff experience.
They got playoff Max Strus. Knicks
Now
in
time
6.
for the.
What?
Knicks in 6.
He tried
Oh.
to speed through that one.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Knicks in 6.
Why?
Okay.
Why?
Yeah.
Because that guy can't shoot.
What? All right. You know what? Like, let me just take a pause here real quick.
Don't rage bait.
Who's the do you know who the leading 3-point shooter by percentage is on the Knicks?
Tyler Kolek.
Trick question. It's Josh Hart, 41 point something %. So you think you can sag off of him and he's not going to do damage? Try again.
What's the roadmap for the Knicks in 6? How do you see the series going?
They win 4 games, and the Celtics win.
Okay. Like, did they win one in Boston? Did the Celtics start off 2-0 and then blow a 2-0 lead?
Okay, wait. Let me just pull up something real quick. Jaylen Brown's season averages 28.7, 6.9, 5.1. Mikal Bridges' season averages 14.4. Oh, he doubled him in the points.
We're
3
comparing
points
a
in
number
the-
1
Jalen
option
doubled
and a
him in the
4
assists.
option.
Oh, Jalen doubled him in the assists and rebounds. That's crazy.
Good job. I'm so proud of him.
All right,
Michael,
let's move
finish your
forward.
thought.
Whatever.
I don't know. I was just
Okay.
saying Knicks in 6
You
because
got interrupted. Sorry about that.
you guys are not realistic Boston sports fans who watched last year's playoffs. Or the Knicks
maybe our
Celtics
best player
game
tore
from
his
just a couple
Achilles.
days
Like,
ago.
what?
Down 3-1.
No, down 2-1.
With down 12 with 3 minutes left in
They would have
that
won
game.
that game.
They
Right,
would have won
yeah.
that game.
Yeah.
That was Tatum's
Right.
best game I've ever seen him play ever.
Right. Based on their fourth quarter
All right, let's move
performances
forward to the
to
West. I'm
start
good
the
in the
series.
West. Let's move forward to the West.
I'm good in the West. Michael, you have Thunder Rockets as well.
I as well have Thunder Rockets, and I will be taking the Thunder in 5 games. Maybe they'll win one in OKC, and KD will be
On that
run
burner
away
like
with,
crazy.
yeah.
So here's where you
And then I have
differentiate Spurs and
T-Wolves and
Timbies.
Spurs, and I'm taking the Spurs in 7.
That'd be a fun
That's
series.
it. That's all we're doing right now. We're not going on to the conference finals, right?
We go back to
Oh, yeah,
Allie for
right.
the Eastern Conference Finals, Celtics versus Pistons.
You say me?
Yeah.
I said Celtics in 6. Because I wrote down the 3-point shooting variance is going to be so disgusting, but we'll probably like win the Celtics the series just because the Pistons can't shoot for shit.
Garrett Crochet is getting obliterated right now.
I heard that.
Anyways, should we go to the West for you or just all do East?
Let's just all do East and then I'll do
Okay,
West.
I also have the Celtics in 6 games over the Pistons. That might even be generous. I'm more confident against the Pistons than I am against the Knicks.
More confidence again. Okay, that makes sense.
Michael, Knicks versus Pistons.
Knicks in
think.
6.
Okay, so we all have our favorite team beating the Pistons in the Eastern Conference in 6 games. West final. Where are we at here? So I have Nuggets and Thunder. Allie has Nuggets and Thunder. Michael, you have Spurs and Thunder. So we'll start with you, Michael.
I
Spurs
have
and
Thunder
Thunder.
in 6 as well. I do love this series, though. I kind of just wanted it to get here because of the regular season matchups between these two teams. I think it'd be an awesome series, but you guys said it before. There's injury concern. Thunder have done it. Spurs haven't. It's hard for a team that's not been to the playoffs with their core to do really anything. I think their like matchups in the first two series, like kind of just not our walk in the park, but are sort of on the easier side. So they'll get further than a lot of first-time playoff teams, but I don't think they would make it past the Thunder.
Jesus, the Red Sox are down 11-0.
In the first two innings, yeah. So I have the Thunder losing in the Western Conference Finals in 7 games to the Denver Nuggets. There's just something about the Denver Nuggets that's speaking to me this season. I think we'll talk about my pick later on, but I think they can pull it off, and I don't trust this. I think the Thunder might win the next, like 3 of the next 5 championships, but I just don't see them going back to back right now. Like everything's going too well, and I don't want to come in here and be basic. So I could just pick Thunder Celtics and be boring, but I'm going to go with the Nuggets over the Thunder in 7 games. Nuggets gave them a challenge last year. Let's not act like they didn't. And I thought this Nuggets team got better in this offseason where the Thunder stayed the same. Yeah, they're probably like team chemistry up, but I think the Nuggets will beat the Thunder in 7 games to go to the finals against the Celtics.
I'm like mad because I picked Nuggets in 6, but I'm mad that we both picked Nuggets Celtics. And that really makes me want to pick the Thunder, but I'm going to stick with my pick. And I wrote down, I don't know who the hell guards Jokic because it's not Chet. Jokic will literally just put his shoulder into him every time. I have Hartenstein, I think, is too short for Jokic. No clue who guards him in the playoffs. That
Caruso.
Yeah, low-key. Think that OKC shooting was kind of exposed a little bit when if you let Shea or if you force Shea to give it up, I don't really know if I trust Wallace, Dort, Caruso at all to be making shots like that when they get those open shots too. And here's my unpopular opinion is I think Mark Daigneault, whatever, sucks. I think the lights, they clearly had the best team last year, and the lights were too bright. They almost blew it. They were up 2-0 on the Pacers, right?
Don't remember.
I don't remember either, but I think we can all agree that game is arguably Pacers winning or losing by like within 5 if Hallie doesn't go down.
Yeah,
because they were up when he went down, I think.
They still kept it close without it.
That's wrong. The Pacers won game 1.
Oh.
And game 3.
Okay.
It was
Point
2-2.
still stands.
Okay. Yeah, point being, I don't trust Daigneault. I think, like, not to be a Jared McCain homer, but you almost would think that he would balance him and, like, Dort or something minutes, and you take the defense for half of it and you take his offense for half of it, but he's not going to do it. And betting on Dort, who's, like, just been so inconsistent this season to, like, knock down shots like that in big moments, I just don't think it's going to work. So I took Nuggets in 6 because I also think it's so hard to repeat that I could just see them not even getting to 7.
Okay, that helped the narrative. All right, so Allie and I have the same finals. Michael, you're the only one with the Knicks versus – actually, we have 2 completely different teams. So we'll start with you, Michael, again. Thunder versus the Knicks. Thunder going for a second in a row, or is this the Knicks' time to shine? Finally, a true championship in New York City to celebrate about.
My preseason pick was Knicks Thunder, and I don't know if I picked a winner on our preseason pod, but
I probably made you pick somebody.
I probably picked the Thunder in that, but I'm gonna pick the Knicks.
Homer pick.
I didn't pick games. You want me to do games?
Yeah.
Give me.
It's gonna be 6 or 7.
6.
6.
Do it at home. There we go.
New York, Central Park. Everyone flood it. We finally have a championship to celebrate. You would have to. I mean,
hey, the Liberty won last year, so.
Major 4. You guys have double the teams as everybody. You can't win anything. All right. Allie, we go to you. Celtics, Nuggets. One of these teams will be with the second championship in the past 4 years. Who is it going to be?
I'm really nervous that both of us did the same thing here and, like, picked the Nuggets and went against the obvious thing. I picked Nuggets in 6.
Yeah, I picked Nuggets in 7.
That sucks.
You suck.
Didn't we both pick Celtics Lakers last year?
Wait, then, all right, scratch that. Let me go Celtics.
You can switch your pick. Yes.
No, I want to stay Nuggets, though. No, you know what? I'll just do it. Let me go Celtics in 6.
Okay. I just hope we get a Game 7 NBA Finals. I feel like we didn't appreciate that as much last year. Then we got a Game 7. Okay,
I don't
well,
think I even watched it until the second half. That's how
I didn't watch any of Game 7.
I watched that. I saw that ruptured Achilles live and I freaked out. Anyways,
the brackets are complete.
can you switch me back to Nuggets in 6? Just do
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
Wait, do we have the same exact thing picked though, Colin?
What?
Yeah.
We have the same exact semifinals, don't we?
We
Did you
do.
pick- All right.
Games and all.
All right, switch. Go Thunder in. Let me go Thunder in 6 over the Nuggets, and then let me go Thunder in 6 over the Celtics.
Wow, big change up at the last hour.
I'm gonna just do it, even though I low-key was just toasting the Thunder like 2 minutes ago. But
You're
But
putting
they're
that
still the
much
best
faith in
team.
Mark Dagnall?
bruh, I'm gonna overthink this. When's the deadline for me to stop making changes?
When this
Tomorrow at
stream
7
ends.
p.m.
Come on.
All
You
right,
don't say it on the pod, it doesn't count. You've told me that
all
before.
right. You know what? Hold on. Let me look at my stuff here.
We can make addendums as long as we have proof.
You
Football
have
is
to get
different.
on live.
Yeah.
Um,
We'll go live on Instagram for 20 minutes for you to tinker with your picks. True content.
all right. Let me go. Never mind. I can't do that. I was gonna say Knicks, but I can't do that. Let me go. Let me go. Celtics Thunder. Celtics in 6 for real.
Okay.
'Cause I actually think the Celtics match up well with the Thunder.
I could see the Knicks. Honestly, I could see the Knicks making the finals, but if they
I
do,
think they
they're
would
gonna.
get swept.
Yeah, they would lose in 5 games.
All right. If they played if it's Knicks Thunder, then it might be a 5-game series. If it's Knicks Nuggets, they could easily win that series. They
Knicks
play the
Spurs, they're
Nuggets
getting
so
swept.
well.
Wemby has
No.
like 50 per game.
Mitch destroyed Wemby in the in-season tournament final. Come on.
Ugh.
The Wemby stopper.
That happened.
All right. Well, that's a stream. We did have a guest who was supposed to join us tonight, but he was not able to make it. He should be back for the next couple streams. You know, not a lot of activity.
Did he provide a bracket?
No, we're not. I'm not reading off-screen brackets. But we'll be back each round to discuss the previous round that happened. For this next one specifically, we can maybe spend like 2 minutes on each playing, or like 1 minute on each playing game if anything important happens, and then we can remake picks. We will remake picks for the series as we see the playoffs through. So before we sign off tonight, any additional picks? Any hockey picks?
I think this is my time to go.
Stars. That's all you need to know. Stars.
Wait.
It all.
You want to know what's funny is Colin's been saying stars for 3 years, and he'll be like, "Shout out to Dallas, my bitch is a star," and they've
Shout
never.
out to Dallas, my bitch is a star this year. Trust.
Right.
All right, that's where we end
Are
it.
the Canadian teams in it?
Montreal's in the playoffs.
Are they good?
I don't know.
Is Columbus in? Is the Columbus Blue Jackets? Listen, let's talk about hockey and doesn't even know what's going on. The fuck?
Buffalo's. Oh, they're not in Canada. Montreal's in. Ottawa's in. Toronto's in. Oh wait, no, they're eliminated.
What about Edmonton?
Yeah, Edmonton will be in. The true teams are Montreal, and then Columbus has a chance to make it. Ottawa's in. Utah Utes are in. Edmonton's in, and then Winnipeg has a chance to make it.
Let me go Edmonton as my winner.
All right, respect. No New York hockey, Mikey, this season.
Hey, Mikey, while we have you here, what do you
think?
think?
They're terrible.
What do you think the Jets are going to do at number 2?
Don't say. We might. I have a really fun idea for. Do you want to come on the mock draft stream this year, Mikey?
Sure.
No.
Whatever. Whatever. You know, like.
We should do each. We all
An
take.
alum of a school that is plays has a great deal of intrigue on this pod.
Syracuse, number 2 overall. I think here's a little mock idea, and we can talk this through. If it's me and Cam, we all take control of like we do.
Like we do a mock, we do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, we each have a team instead of like, because me and Cam were just like, he had Shadur going 3 overall, and I'm like, bro, Shadur's not going 3 overall, so we should have like completely different mocks.
Yeah,
we could get like one mock together. I think that'd be cool. And you can have the Jets. I'll give Cam
the PFF mock simulator.
I'll give Cam the Patriots. It'll be a fun time. So stay tuned for that. When will the first round be over? In like 2.5 weeks? Well, you guys don't think there's gonna be a lot of 7-game series. How should we do this? Should we do when the first round ends officially, we come back, or should we do if there's still like, if the round 2 starts, that's when we go?
When it ends.
Depends how close
I say when it ends, because we can circle back on the games. And
but they might low-key start some of the second round. If
that's what I was gonna say.
I think last year we did it where like there were some game 7s going on.
Year.
We did. We might have missed one round, but it was like the Cavs and the Pacers were already happening while there was other series going on. We just talked about like the games that had happened. We'll do that. We'll be in touch. So thanks so much for joining tonight. Stay tuned for more streams. In about 2.5 weeks, we'll be back for round 2 and round 1 recap, and expect those streams throughout. We won't do a post NBA finals unless one of our teams wins, maybe. But
you won't do it if the Knicks win. Let's be real. Come on.
I'll do it. You can have your 20 minutes of fame. I don't care. It'll probably be good content. You can start roasting me, and I'll post it. All right. Well, we'll leave it with that. Some interesting content tonight. Can't wait to watch basketball starting tomorrow night at 7 p.m.
Real basketball after that nonsense in March.
All right. You're getting removed from the stage before we end the stream. All right. This was a great stream between 2 people tonight.
Get him out of here. That was great.
All right. Peace out.